Hello students, welcome to this video tutorial on how to draw a mini car part 5, the finishing touches. Okay, so let's do something with the tires here. So let's click on the eraser tool. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of this horizontal line going through the wheel and the tire. So let's click on this, and then let's click here, and let's click here. Now that looks a lot more natural, doesn't it? So let's click on this. Let's click on this, and let's click on this. Okay, so let's do the same for the opposite side. Let's orbit around. You see how nice that looks now without that line there. Okay, all right, let's click on the eraser tool. Let's erase this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. Okay. So let's have the tire look a little bit different from the rim. Now the tire is this part here, the rubber part, and this is the rim, which is usually made out of steel or aluminum. So let's click on the push-pull tool. Okay, we haven't used this in a while. Let's click on the inner circle of the tire, and then I want you to push in slightly, and I want you to type in 5 cm, 5 centimeters. And then hit enter. Okay, so you see now the tire looks like it's sticking out, the rim looks like it's inside. So let's do the same for all the tires. So click on the inner tire here, the inner rim, click once and start pushing in and type in 5 cm, 5 centimeters. Very good. Okay, let's orbit around to the other side. You see how good that looks now because it's 3D, isn't it? All right, let's orbit around. Let's click on the push-pull tool. Let's click on the inner circle, push in, type in 5 centimeters, hit enter, and then click on the inner circle here. Click once, push in, type 5 centimeters, and hit enter. Okay, let's save it. Let's go to File, Save. It's looking pretty amazing. Okay. All right. So let's begin coloring in our car. So let's use the paint can. Okay, the paint can. So let's click on the paint can. This window will pop up. In the center of this window, you'll see something here. Now mine is set to colors, but you'll see that there's a down arrow beside it in this middle kind of window. And that will give us a lot of options. So let's go down to something called translucent. So we're going to click on translucent. And what we're going to do is we're going to experiment with these different types of glass. So I'm going to click on, let's say, translucent glass blue. And I'm going to click inside my window. Now if I've drawn it right, it should fill in that window. Now if you don't like the way that looks, okay, you can try a different one. So I'm going to try translucent glass tinted. And you can try any of them, okay? Just make sure that it looks like a window. So I'm going to stick with this one, translucent glass tinted. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all of the windows, okay, in my car. So the side windows, the front windshield, the sunroof, and then I'm going to go to this side. And then once I use the orbit tool, I have to click back on the paint can, but it will remember what paint I used. So if I click back on the paint can, all I have to do is click on the back window and the side windows. There we go. Now it's interesting that when we color these in translucent, we can see through them. And that's what translucent means. It means that we can see through something. Okay? All right. Next, let's change translucent now, and let's go to colors. Okay. Now you see all these other choices. Now for something like we're drawing a car, bricks wouldn't really be good, would it? Carpet wouldn't really be good. So let's go to colors, and I want you to choose black. So I'm going to click on black, and then I'm going to click on my tires. I'm going to click on my tires, but you have to remember that we have to paint the bottom of the tires as well. So I orbit it around so I can see the bottom of the tires, and then I'm going to click back on the paint can. So I'm going to click the bottom of this tire. I'm going to click the bottom of this tire. I'm going to click the back of this tire. I'm going to click the bottom of this tire. And I can actually click on the inside edge of this tire, couldn't I? Okay. And then let's orbit around. And I'm going to click back on the paint can. I'm going to click on the inside edge of this tire. I'm going to click on the back side of this tire. I'm going to click on the bottom of this tire. And then I'm going to go around to the opposite side. So I'm going to click back on the paint can. I'm going to click on this tire, the inside edge of this tire, this tire, this tire, and the inside edge of this tire. Now let's make sure we check. Did I color all the parts that should be the rubber tire? It looks like I did. Very good. Okay, so let's use something else now. So instead of colors, let's click the down arrow and let's go to metal. So let's try metal. Let's click on metal, and I want you to choose a metal that would look good on your bumper, something like that. And whatever you choose for your bumper, I want you to make sure that you also choose and paint the back bumper. So it's up to you what you choose. You can be creative. I'm going to choose this one to make it look more like a Jeep. And then once you painted the front bumper, make sure you go to the back and you click on the paint can again and click on the back bumper. Okay? All right. Now, let's also paint our door handles. They are also metal, so maybe I'll use a different metal for that. I'll use the shiny metal, and I'll click inside that little rectangle. Okay? And then don't forget, you have a door handle on the other side as well. Click on the paint can and click on that little door handle there. Okay. All right, let's paint these lights on the back. So let's switch metal back to color. Let's go back to color. Actually, let me try translucent for one thing because I see that there's a translucent glass gold. So I want to try that. Let's see what that looks like here. I don't think I like it. All right, I'm going to change to color. Okay. I'm going to look for a yellow. Let me choose a bright yellow here. And I'm going to paint this outside rectangle here on this light. And I'm going to paint the outside rectangle here on this light. Then I'm going to choose red. Let's see if I can find a nice bright red. I'm going to click on the red square, and then I'm going to color this light red. That's the main brake light. And then if you want, you can leave this middle light white, or if you want to paint it orange, that would be okay as well. Okay? All right, let's orbit to the front. Is there anything we can paint on the front? Okay, so if you wanted to choose a light gray, let's see if I can find a gray here. Where is there a gray? Is it up here? Oh, here we go. And if I wanted to paint these grills gray, I could, like this. This is more kind of like an older style here of grill. Okay? Okay, now the most exciting part. What color are you going to make your mini car? So let's choose a color. You choose the color that you want to make your mini car. I'm going to choose this blue. And then what you have to do is you have to start coloring in all the different parts of your car. The roof, the sides, the front. Don't forget the back. Color in all the parts, what's called the body of the car. Almost done. Click here, click here. Very good. Now the last thing I can do is I can fill in the rims with a gray. Let's see, where was the gray? It was up here. All right. Let's choose a gray. Let's color those in. That looks nice. Let's go to the other side and use the same gray to color these in. And it looks like the last thing I have to color are my headlights. So I'm going to use the softest gray for the headlights, but you can make them any color you wish. Okay? And then the last thing is I'll just paint the bottom of the car a dark gray, like that. Okay? That's a pretty beautiful car. Now, if you want to add any other details to the car, that would be fine. It doesn't have to look exactly like my car. I'm going to zoom out so that I can put it on display and have a really good look at it. That's a good looking car. All right, so you finished this huge project. You should be pretty proud of yourselves. So let's save. Let's close this materials window with this little X here, this red X, close. And then let's go to File, Save. Wonderful work. I can't wait to see your completed mini cars. All right, make sure you saved. Thanks for watching. Bye.